It's Louise Bay for VIP Boxing, and I am joined this Sunday morning with the one and only Mason Nutty Cartwright. How are you doing, Mason?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
What a night. What a start to the season for VIP Boxing, and what a performance from you. Where do we start?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't really know too much about him. I just knew I'd seen him box before and stuff, and I knew he was quite a nice boxer behind his jab. He's got a lovely jab. He had a lovely jab last night. So it was a case of just sticking to a game plan of just applying pressure, controlled pressure, and just getting on his chest and make him work and make him not want to be there, which I feel like I did in pretty much every round. So I was happy to sort of like maintain my discipline to my game plan.
We'll put a little bit of context to that, Mason, because we didn't catch up with you
Yeah,
after we found out about the opponent change and things. So, because we're
yeah,
talking about Tyler, and this is going to get really confusing. So,
yeah.
initially,
So
you
both
should have been
towers.
boxing Tyler Christopher 10
Yeah,
0, but really short notice, there were some issues with medicals. And so Tyler Rivers stepped up at
yeah,
short notice to box you last night.
yeah.
And
Well,
he was 6-1 going into this, wasn't it?
yeah.
Big step
He
up for
was
him.
already boxing next week, wasn't he? And I think something happened with his fight. And then obviously something happened with my fight, so it was perfect for us both really because neither of us missed out. Then obviously hats off to him taking the fight because obviously it was a big step up for him in regards to his position in his career. Obviously he'd only had 7 fights, so um, he had balls to take it. And he's a lovely kid as well. So I'm glad I got to share the ring with him. I hope he's learned a lot from the fight as well.
You could see there was a lot of respect there last night. Straight away at the end of the fight, the embrace, and he was
Yeah,
speaking and things like that. And it was fantastic. And like you say, massive step up for him to take that fight. But he came into it very confident, didn't he? And you've got to take your
yeah,
hat off because you know as well as I do when you're more advanced in your career, but especially when we're trying to match kids that are a bit younger in service, people don't
mm.
want these fights. People want
Yeah, no,
the
yeah,
rollovers and the easy fights to
yeah,
get you back to where you're going or where on the trajectory to your
yeah,
goals. So fair play, and what a shin! I don't know
yeah,
how he
mate.
stayed up in
Listen,
round 8.
yeah, I was actually saying to the ref in the 8th round, I was like, "He's hurt, ref." Like it was like a case of every shot that landed, like they were landing, and I was feeling them, and like I could tell he was hurt, and he wasn't really doing anything back, and it was a case of like that's when it started getting a bit dangerous. But in all fairness to me, he was tough as nails. He's shown he's got a massive heart, but he was hurt, and it was a case of like I think if there was any more rounds, I don't think it'd have been a good idea for him to come back out.
Yeah, no, because certainly in that last minute to 90
Mm,
seconds of that final round, very
yeah,
little came back, and
it
I started to feel a little bit uneasy towards
yeah,
those last.
it was a right hand that I landed a
Yes,
right hand, a right hook, and it was that I seen his eyes go, and I seen it hurt him then, and just obviously what spurred my little attack.
but you got your distance and your range last night very very quickly. You had a look at him in
Yeah,
that first round, and to be fair,
yeah.
you could call it a close round that first
Yeah,
round
his
because
first round was
I
probably his
know what
best
your.
round.
Sorry, say that again.
His first round was probably his best round.
Yes.
He used his jab really well, and like we already kind of knew he was going to do that. It was just a case of then me finding my range with it and trying to find my timing of his jab, which I think I established from that first round. So
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, the difference coming out in round 2 and then beyond was marked from
yeah,
from round 1. Um, Going back to the original plan then, so you're out on the 18th of October
yeah,
at Box Park. So if you
yeah,
didn't know that, guys, we have announced that show. All the details are on vipboxing.co.uk, and obviously you can get tickets from the fighters and from the gyms as well. So you're out on that card now. Last night I was managing the YouTube channel, and one of the people that was watching on, along with the 16,000 that watched last night, thank you to everybody, by the way, was your original opponent in Tyler Christopher.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mentioned at the beginning here that there was a medical issue that forced him to withdraw.
Yeah.
My understanding is that it's been cleared up, and he's seen your name
Yeah.
on BoxRec
Yeah.
and called out the fight last night with compliments,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
Agreed absolutely with what we've just said about the fight. I must say that. Very, very complimentary, very, very respectful, but really does find it frustrating that he didn't manage to box last night. So
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
to
I
you, mate.
listen. I feel for him for that. Like, obviously, he'd obviously prepped and got himself ready to box, and then to have it stripped from underneath your feet. And it happened to me years ago when I was meant to box. I was meant to box Ryan Kelly for the WBO title that I boxed Tetley for when I got my lip split. The board made me mandatory for it to box Tetley again, and Tetley vacated it, so the board gave it to me to box again. And then when I went for my last checkup on my lip, they didn't pass it, and they said it needs more time. And I'd done a whole camp, I'd sparred, I'd done everything. It was like 2 weeks out from my fight, and they pulled the rug. So I've been there, and I've dealt with that myself, and it's shit. It's not good because you've sacrificed all them weeks training, dieting, selling tickets, X, Y, Z. It's a nightmare, but part of the sport, and you kind of just have to deal with it. So I do feel for him in that manner. Either way, no matter who I box, I had a job to do, and I was always going to go on and do it. So
Yeah, absolutely. And the goal for you is to get back to domestic level where you belong,
yeah, yeah,
and hence why we're trying to get you nice and active and
yeah. Well,
moving forward, Mason. So what is the plan? Do we know what the plan is for the 18th?
that's it.
I don't know if
That
you've
you
mentioned.
know, it's like you mentioned a minute ago about obviously people not wanting to just box journeyman, and well, they shouldn't just want to just box journeyman all the time once they've done the learning X, Y, Z. That's what I've been saying to Steve. I don't just want to come and box, just having meaningless fights. Even like last night, yeah, it was to my first fight back from December, just to get in and get some rounds. Obviously, I was either going to be boxing that Christopher or end up boxing Rivers, both live opponents, but it's not really for anything. I'm me
Everything for
personally.
you to
I
lose,
need,
everything for them to gain.
I need, yeah, I need big fights. Like me personally, I'm only interested if this person's ranked above me and I'm going to box him and it's going to put me right back up there in the mix, or it's for a big title or even a big payday. There's got to be something on the end of it for me to be interested in the fight, because I've been there and done it. I've been boxing for the 11 years this year, and I've boxed for British titles, WBC, WBO. I don't want to be down the bottom end of the chain, just boxing people so they can get up off my name. So ideally, I want to be rankings and stuff. But it's we just got to see what makes sense at the time. So I'll box anyone that's going to be sort of like a purposeful fight, and it's going to obviously give me a little bit of leverage.
That makes sense to you. That makes absolutely. It's got to make sense to you, hasn't it?
Yeah,
That's the whole point of it.
yeah,
And also
yeah,
last night, something that was lovely. Dottie was there. Saw you putting little posts and bits and pieces up of Dottie. It must be amazing now that
yeah.
she's got a
No,
little
yeah,
personality and she's starting to see Dad doing what he's doing and all of that sort of stuff. And it must be
yeah.
lovely for
So
her to be
she
able to
didn't
do this
actually
now.
come. Yeah, she didn't actually come to the fight, but I'd spent the whole morning with her. Obviously, I went up to Blackpool last night. Yesterday on the way in on Friday morning, got weighed in, and I drove straight home to pick her up from nursery. And then I obviously spent the night with her and my partner Amy, and we just had the night together. And we got up in the morning, spent the morning together, took the baby swimming, went and did some
Oh,
shopping, just spent time together. Drove back up to Blackpool, boxed last night, and drove straight back. And now I'm back at home now with me dogs, and I've just
ah.
put Dottie down for a nap. Yeah, so it's just normal family life, but it's like it's what I live for. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, look, and let me just have a quick word on your teammates last night, your stable mates. What a performance from both
Yeah,
of those. First round knockout in under
yeah,
30
both
seconds for
both
Jade,
cracking.
and an
Yeah,
absolute barnstormer for Jamie with the great finish as well.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not being
Jade,
rude.
yes, mate.
We've
Listen,
got
Tom,
we've got
there's
Corey
not
Scott
really.
waiting in the
Go on.
waiting room. Just
Oh yeah,
so, guys, I'm not being rude. Just texting while Mason's talking. I'm
yeah,
letting him. Don't leave.
yeah.
Just on with Mason.
Um, Jade just came out and just did a thing straight away, and she's obviously put the work in. And you've been watching her spar meatball, and she's been training. She's in fantastic shape. She's ripped out of her head. She's best shape she's ever been in, and she just came out and showing it. She was dominant and just too much for the girls straight away. A lovely right hand.
Oh, beautiful. 1-2 straight down the pipe, wasn't
And
it?
then Jamie's fight was fantastic. He had to have a good bit of pockets in the pocket, and then every now and then, he just came back like 3-4 sharp shots. And you could see he had a bit of power, a bit of sting. So it made Jamie have a little bit of discipline to be concentrating and make sure he's planning his attack rather than just
Yeah.
because he can be a bit guilty of sometimes just throwing loads of junk volume, going like pat 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 pat. Whereas it was giving this kid the timing to come back with like a couple of big shots. So he started to use his jab a little better and sort of like timing shots, bringing them up the middle, then round the side.
Yes.
And it was just a lovely timed left hook, obviously, that caught him. They both kind of went to throw the shot at the same time, and Jamie just landed first. So
And I think
fantastic.
he'd hurt him to the body quite a
Yeah,
bit earlier on in that round.
he
Two
he
massive body shots.
hurt him a number of times throughout the
Yeah.
fight. He hurt him a number of times throughout the fight.
But
But
yeah.
it was my first time boxing in the Winter Gardens, and it was lovely, great venue, love it. It
Oh,
was
it's
lovely.
amazing, isn't it? It
Yeah,
looks fantastic, and it's a brilliant atmosphere in there.
yeah, it was good. It was a really good show. I enjoyed
Um,
it.
we had an amazing commentary team last night as well. We had Mark Haffen, Brad Ray, and
Yeah,
Bobby Rimmer commentating
yeah,
throughout the show last night
yeah,
with Lee Whitehead anchoring. Absolutely fantastic. And do you know the compliments that we got last night on the matchmaking from Steve Lillis on all of the fights? It
yeah.
was a brilliant way to start the season,
Mm.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good. It was a really good show.
Yeah.
It was a
Well,
really good show.
it was fantastic to have you headlining there, Mason. It's another tick in
Yeah.
the box for you, isn't it? Like you say, first
Yes.
time there. But we'll see you in 5 weeks.
Yes. 5, 6
Yeah.
weeks. I'll be ready. I'll be
Well,
ready.
we'll pop down to the gym and see you as
Yeah.
always and see how camp's going and stuff. But
Okay.
Mason, thank you for entertaining us
Thank
all
you.
last
It's
night.
okay. It's okay. Thank you.
Take care, champ.
Bye 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 bye.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.